right, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not that clued up when it comes to the law, and I don't want to come on your live and start saying some things that I'm not supposed to be saying on such a very important topic. I would rather listen to those who are gifted in investigations and stuff like that. And trust me, I do try and make sense of everything that everybody's trying to say or say. Yeah. And maybe just one point that I've picked up here. I can see people are reading. Hey, people are really reading. There are people who are studying a lot. I mean, I've been listening to your lives for quite some time now. At one stage, you were saying you also know the law of Tanzania. And then I was asking myself, I know very little about South African law. And here you are, you know something about Tanzania. And then it was just an indictment on my ignorance to a certain extent. But thank you so much, Brother Dan. You're giving us so much light on these issues. But like I said, I'll go back onto the DM so I can talk to you further about what I once suggested that we talk about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, you've made it again. 900K, you reached that within 2 minutes. So thanks a lot. You guys are doing the most. Don't forget the other parties as well who are significantly contributing to this live. The gifters, guys. Shalate, still at number 1, Mazulu, Zanele, Nalindi, Malindi, Augel, Mukiti. Please check that whole list of the gifters, guys, and follow all those people, starting with the top 3. Those are the people who are doing the most. I see I didn't follow Charlotte. Let me follow her now. I'm also following Zanele. I didn't follow her. So follow all those gifters, guys. I just followed the top 3 as well. Za, I'm not sure if you were able to speak earlier or you dropped. Za, if you can hear me, please unmute your microphone. Okay, I think Za also.
I think you muted her. I don't know. Can you check, Braden? I think you're the one who muted her.
Let me see.
Braden, you know, a lot of things doesn't make sense. I mean, it's been said that Thabo was met with Nandipa University. How did he go to university when he doesn't even have an ID? You know, I really don't understand.
No, I think they are simply saying they met while Nandipa was in varsity. I'm not sure if they are saying Thabo was also at varsity.
At varsity.
It's Nandipa who was at varsity at the time.
Yeah.
I can't unmute Za. So, okay, Za, you can just sit there. I'll try to unmute you. Just sit there because there's always a problem if I mute people. When I have to unmute them, it's a problem. So don't go away. I'll keep on trying to unmute you. Quizzy, can you hear us?
Sure, Braden, I can hear you.
All right. You can take the floor.
Okay, Braden, there's one thing as South African that we are not following here on the state of the of Thabo Bester and Dr. Nandi Pane. We are misleading things that are not there, that we see that are granted on this case. We still remember that Thabo was running an agency of smuggling and everything. And at that time, Nandi was still at varsity, and I think he was still doing medicine at vets, yeah, if I can recall that. And at that time, Dr. Nandi, as we call her, she was a modeling agency at that agency that Thabo was still running. At the moment Thabo meet Dr. Nandipa, there was some girls, if I can name them, they were 3 or 4 on that group. But at that time, Dr. Nandipa was leading that group. She was gonna be the face of the brand at that time. I'm not gonna specify everything because South Africa. If I can specify everything, right? She was the face of the brand. And the time everything got escalated to everything regarding the murders and the rapes and everything. They were 3 and Dr. Nandipa was the 4th. And she came after those 3 girls on this scenario here. And after that, Dr. Nandipa catch some feelings with Thabo, and after that they have separate ways, and Thabo do his things, and Dr. Nandipa do her things. And Dr. Nandipa got married and got a certificate, some compliments to become a doctor in everything. And Thabo ran his agency, and at that time, that when things got escalated in the hotels and everything, the murders and the rapes comes into hand in hand about that. We forget about some things here. There's a lot of things and there's a lot of people that comes into hand in hand with these matters and with this everything that we have here. I'm not gonna mention anything because there are a lot of stakes on here. And Dr. Nandipa didn't just wake up in the morning and says, no, I'm going to free this man. I'm going to do this and this for this man. Imagine risking your two beautiful daughters, risking your life, risking your marriage, and risking everything. We forget that there are things that was hidden under pillows here. And once you can say everything about that and about that, you want to be the target person about what's going on and what do you know about each and everything that you have just said. This is a platform, right, and build social media. There are a lot of people that are listening to us and that are knowing what are we talking about.
Yes.
So we must firstly, before we got concluded to everything, check the scenario of what happened before this whole case, before Thabo got convicted to go to prison, before Thabo accused of murder, before Thabo accused of rape. Before that, where was Dr. Nandipa? Where was Thabo? Let's firstly ask ourselves this. Then we can comment, say, no, the thing that it was that Nandipa running agency at Thabo, running modeling before the time he was at varsity. Yes, he ran that when she was at varsity. And Thabo, did he have the qualification to run the agency? No, he didn't have. He didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And we isolated it to the shaming and everything. Most of the people, they just follow this case. They don't know who is Thabo Bester at all. They don't know why did he started the company of smuggling agency. They don't know. They don't know at all. They don't know how many girls were part of that agency. They don't know where was that agency held. But they say no. Thabo just wake up in the morning and decided to do so and decided to do so. They don't know the root of the whole case. What was going on? And the thing, I don't know. Did you watch this case? The time the judge said he will continue with the case on the 3rd and 4th of May. They say huge difference. Why did he say that? And why did he denied Dr. Nandipa a bail and give his father 10,000 bail? Because there are some new developments to what they achieved. And there are some new developments why Thabo escaped the prison and why the prison was run by G4S and why G4S was instead as the prison guarded of that prison. And it was highly security prison. So
summarize in 30 seconds.
Braden.
Sorry?
Okay.
Yes, brother.
I was saying summarize in 30 seconds so that we can move to Zah, because she can't mute herself and there's background noise coming from that side. So if you can just conclude your point quickly.
My point is that, Braden, we interfere on the thing that we don't know where they have accumulated. And some of us, we know everything about what's going on and what's going up and what's going down on this case. And we know who is innocent, who is not innocent on this case. Yeah. Can we please escalate on that one, please? There's a matter that we just surrounding it, but we know the point. The point is that one, the point is this.
Before you go, how do you know some of this information that you're not telling us? Do you have any special knowledge, relationship that we're not aware of?
No. That I'm not going to share with anyone.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Kwizzy.
Thank you, Kwizzy K.
Bradeni, before Zwa comes in, Elvis' question is, have they done any examination on the body found in the river?
Okay.
Yeah, that body is still under investigation, so I don't think the investigations have been completed. I think it's still being investigated.
Thank you. Zai, you can continue.
Evening, comrades.
Good evening.
Evening, can you all hear me?
Yes.
You know this story, this story of Nandipa. This thing, Thabo Bester, it's a narcissist. Nandipa is a narcissist. So, so I'm not going to take this thing of Nandipa being afraid of Bester. You know, when somebody feeds you money, they feed you. You forget that they will need favors. So those favors, that's what led Nandipa to the prison today. And then it's a pity that she had to drag her own family. You know, it reminds me of somebody that I'm related to. Unfortunately, I cannot even go in deeper into, but I was in a similar situation when somebody was dating somebody who was coming from prison and he was a narcissist. It's like whenever you do something, you even have to apologize to such people. So when Nandipa's brother was retaliating on the radio, I could feel that you know, you are not going to give some respect to somebody who cannot even respect them. Especially, and I understand he was retaliating because of the 100,000. But me, it was all about respect. I don't care if this person was a bother in the prison, but we are outside. You would not disrespect me. I don't care how many guns that you have. So Nandipha, udla lower talil for me. So yeah, guys, that is all that I wanted to say. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bro, Danny, let's take 1 minute for people to tap.
Yes, let's print guys to 1 million. We're sitting at 980K. So we can hit 1 million in just 1 minute. If all of us double tap the screen for a minute, non-stop, we're hitting 1 million in 1 minute. Let's do it, guys. Let me help you as well. I'm also double tapping my screen so that we can hit that milestone in a minute. Let's do it, guys. 1 million loading in 1 minute. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there, guys. Thank you. 1 million likes in 2.5 hours. You guys are the greatest.
Amazing.
So let's push. Yes, let's push up until 11 so that we can stop and allow people to go and rest. People are going to work tomorrow. Thanks a million, guys. You guys are stars. You are superstars. Richard, if you can hear me, please unmute your microphone.
Yes, brother.
Each other.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you can proceed.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I don't have much. I just like the way the conversation is going. I just want to get as much information as I can. So for me to comment now, it will be suicidal because I joined you very late. I'm just following on the topic of the day. So
all right, no problem.
Good that way.
All right, thank you. Simple T, please unmute.
The mistake.
Oh, Simple T, you requested by mistake.
Sorry, Braden, it's a mistake. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no problem. Sister Christian.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
I wanted to add my opinion regarding Nandipha dating a convict, right? And to remind everybody that in terms of the South African prison system, we convict and we detain people for the purpose of rehabilitating them. So the problem is not that Nandipha was dating a convict. The problem is that Nandipha was dating somebody that she clearly could see had not been rehabilitated because of his behavior. So we don't want a situation where the correctional services, there's one time where one of the officials says it's always a problem reintegrating offenders back into society. And in order for us to move forward, when we integrate these people, it means we're giving them a second chance. Now, Thabo Bester in this case did not deserve the second chance because he had not proven to Nandipha that he has reformed, because he was still asking her to commit crimes. Well, if Thabo had served his sentence and came out and did not commit crime, we would not have an issue to him dating Nandipha. So this is not an issue of saying, well, how can we have
Sagani?
Sorry.
Whatever.
So this is not a case
Sagani,
where
did you come here by mistake? Should I remove you?
Oh, she missed it.
Oh, okay.
So this is not a case of just simply condemning somebody because they dated a convict. There's absolutely nothing with dating of somebody who was in prison. And I want us to move along with what the Department of Correctional Services is trying to do, is to rehabilitate these people. So when you see somebody dating somebody who was once in prison, it's not an opportunity for you to condemn him. But where it becomes problematic is somebody that is still participating in crime. And that is the main issue with Nandipa. It's not that she was dating a convict. It's a problem that she's dating a prisoner that is currently active in crime. So it shows you where now on its own that this person has no form of rehabilitation. And I think in terms of her family, Nandipa was the golden goose. She was the golden child, probably the first doctor in her entire family or in that entire lineage. So her father had a soft spot for her. So it was very easy for them to sell this person. And I think probably, Nandipa may have been overwhelmed with the black tax. So the easy money, the laundered money that came with Thabo went a long way in terms of helping the family. And I also think the brother also has some answering to do because he ratted out Nandipa not because he's a law-abiding citizen, simply because he was trying to extort money out of Nandipa and Thabo. And they probably got tired of this old man who doesn't want to work but extort money from his own sister. So my contribution in short is just to say there's nothing wrong with people dating convicts, but we must see in their behavior that they have reformed from who they were in society and have been are now law-abiding citizens. So I'm seeing a lot of people are condemning her for dating a convict. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just that the problem is dating a convict that's actively doing crime and causing harm in society. And that is my submission for tonight. Good night, guys.
Good night, and thank you, Sister Christian. Maps, can you hear us?
Yes.
Right, the floor is yours.
You just caught me off guard.
Excuse.
Okay. I don't know what to say, but I think what I'd say is that maybe Nandipa was she's actually a gold digger in a way. Because I mean, for somebody who's having that profession, and I think she was even a specialist, if I'm not mistaken, because she was not just a doctor. She was specializing in the skin treatment, whatever, aesthetic, whatever. So I mean, she was doing well, and she was married to a person who is well off, I guess. And now she decided to go and date this person, and she got herself in trouble. I think it was simply because she liked money. She fell for that person because she was like running after money. And I would like to agree with the previous person who was saying maybe she was overwhelmed with black checks, and now she thought maybe if I can get extra cash, it will assist me to maybe be able to supply or provide for my family. So like in a nutshell, I would say she was just running after money. And I don't think all the things that she was doing, she was being forced to do those things. She got herself. She knew what she was getting herself into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Thank you, Maps, and good night. Okay, guys, I'm accepting people and they are freezing. So I guess load shedding is beginning to have its effects on us. But let's push up until 11. I think we can still take 5 or 6 more people. So let's see how it goes. Panda Randa, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I wonder if you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear. You can proceed.
Yeah, Lebohong Duck. I only have 2 comments that I want to make. The first one is I would like to encourage everybody to listen to that recording where Thabo was threatening Nandika, or supposedly threatening. Listen to it over and over, and when you get to second number 14, the 14th second, Nandipa refers to Thabo as Tom. She literally says, "Why are you saying that, Tom?" So in my head, over and over, when I try and analyze why she would say Tom, I'm wondering, is Thabo a better actor than Nandipa? Is Nandipa reading a script, but the emotions are not really strong when it comes to her? You can see that she's not really doing a very good job at acting. So I think the recording is, I don't know, I'm just speculating. The other comment that I wanted to make about this case is with regards to Nandipa's father. I personally, my small little opinion, Gidumela Hore, Nandipa's father was only arrested to give out information. You remember he was interviewed by that ENCA reporter. So he basically alluded to the fact that there's a possibility that he might know where Nandipa is, and that if his child is running, he's gonna run. So I think, I mean, if I was investigating and I was a prosecutor, I would use a little bit of muscle power to make sure that we put him in such a situation where he's facing charges and therefore reveals where they are. So I don't think that there was any colluding with the parents. I also don't think there was a black text issue. When Nandipa was interviewed on Podcast and Chill with Meg G, she mentioned the fact that she grew up in Bizana, but her whole entire family moved to Port Alfred. And if you've been to Port Alfred, you will understand that it's not a place where people who move there will need black text from their children at some point. So if you look at the mother as well, you can see that these people have been well off. They're not well off because of and I'm not talking about rich. I'm talking about our parents that are doing well for themselves. So those are the only 2 comments. So the jury is still out for me with regard to whether this is all a charade where they're giving Nandipa a ticket out of jail so that she can come back and break him out again, or whatever the plan is. But honestly, from Nandipa's father's perspective, I think it's very unfair that people would think that he is involved without much evidence, and that's why the prosecutors are saying, actually, we don't have much on this guy, so that's why he can get bail. So that's it. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you for the plan.
Thank you, Panda. I thought I was the only one who had that reference to Tom. I'm happy that somebody brought it up. I thought I was the only one who had that, because he calls her with her real name, but she refers back to her with a pseudonym. That doesn't add up for me.
Not at all.
It's a clear indication that that thing has been doctored. But I thought I was the only one who had that. I'm happy that somebody had it too.
Yeah, especially Danny, when she has known him for a while. She knew him before she was even a doctor. Yeah. So she knows that he's Thabo. He's not Tom. So when she says Tom, I think, oh, okay, she didn't read her script well, or it's designed that way so that it seems like, no, I got duped by this guy. He said his name was Tom.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you so much for the. All right.
Thank you, Panda.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Yoliso.
Danny, I'm coming back now with questions rather than the contribution to the topic at hand. Maybe if I may pass on this one of the VN or audio, which is taking rounds. Yes, that I've noticed as well. And then the other thing which I noticed was that Thabo Bester, he kept on saying, in this house, as though they are in the same environment. Yes, he at some point he does say, I'm gonna come to Joburg, but then he keeps saying in this house. So in a way I was like, okay, there's something fishy there. Now the first question I would like to ask Braden, I'm gonna drop these questions and then step down. The first one is it now safe to assume that Nandipa's dad has got a death certificate wherever he is right now? Or did Nandipa use somebody else's name and claimed that that person is the father? Because I think his life is going to be much more complicated if he was written off. And then now all of a sudden he resurfaces. The other question, could it be that there is a certain element of our dead bodies which is of crucial importance in Nandipa's line of duty in terms of I'm trying to understand why is it that she kept claiming the bodies and not burying them, but she does have like she buries the milli meal and whatever. So she had every opportunity to bury these bodies, but she decided not to bury them. So could it be that these bodies were being used for something else, maybe in her line of duty, or I don't know, because I fail to understand that she's got all the opportunity to bury these bodies, but then she decides to dispose of them the way that she did. So it's kind of confusing me. The third and last question which I have, are we still yet to see funeral homes on that what you call before the magistrate? Because I believe for you to get the certificate, the death certificate at Home Affairs, you've got to have all the necessary documents, which will then include some documents from the funeral parlor. Are we still yet to see the owners of some funeral parlors there being in front of the magistrate? I'm just trying to think of all the people that Nandipa could have dragged into this whole issue, because I'm going to say Nandipa dragged because she's the common denominator in all that we are talking about today. Thank you, Pradini.
Yes. Thank you, Yoli. Let's leave all those questions to the comment section and see what people have got to say about all those questions. But that discrepancy as well that you picked up on the recording, I picked it up as well. There's instances where he is talking as if he is somewhere outside Gauteng when he said, when I come back to Gauteng, this is what's going to happen. And then along the way, he changes and talks as if he's in the house, in this house, in this house. So maybe we're looking too much into this. Maybe it was just an honest conversation, but there's a lot of inconsistencies in that recording, and I'm happy that you guys are beginning to bring them up. Tabi? Tabi, if you can hear me, please unmute your microphone. Okay, I think Tabi cannot hear me, or maybe she's struggling with the microphone. Guys, I've got about 10 people that have accepted and they are just hanging in there. So I think network load shedding is playing a role on us now. So let me try to get other people. Emily, can you hear me? Emily, can you hear me, or you requested by mistake? Okay, looks like Emily cannot hear me as well.
Pauline says she requested.
Who?
Pauline.
Pauline.
Mm.
Let me check. Almost all these people that I'm accepting are freezing. If they are not freezing, they're dropping.
Hi, Brady and Brenda again. I was here earlier. I just want to add something regarding that audio of Tom Williams. It was said it's Tom Williams. And also, I just wanted to say, so it means Thabo had the money and the power to even get people from Home Affairs to delete his records, or they were never there in the first place. Is also my question. Someone can come answer according to how they analyze the whole thing. I just wanted to also say that yes, we do have a syndicate around our SA. I worked somewhere before where I know about these things, where people have connections with the funeral parlors, and it's a syndicate. It goes from doctors to syndicates to Home Affairs. So those three cycles, they work together with dead people and removing people from the systems, and also registering people as dead from the system. So my question is, I have a very big question mark. Was Thabo never registered, or we are still on unknown if he was before registered on the system and he was somehow deleted? But then that's my question.
No, he was never registered in Home Affairs. He doesn't have an ID. And that's simply because after his mother gave birth to him at Bara in 19 something, I forgot that year. He was never registered because her mother as well was never registered. So Thabo has never had an ID. That's why it was so complicated. But the name Thabo Bester is the name that appear on his birth records. Bester is the surname for his grandmother. 1986, yes. He was born in 1986 in Bara, and he was never registered because her mother was also never registered.
Okay. And I just wanted to also answer some of the people who were on the comments saying Nandipa was educated and she has money. Is money ever enough for anyone? And guys, I just also want to also say something. I like saying things that I know in most cases, so never mind me when I say I know someone or whatever. It's because it's experience at hand from other people. We do have educated people like your lawyers dating criminals, and that we know we stay around with. With crime doesn't mean it will be someone going to bomb an ATM and whatsoever. There's a lot of crimes that people are involved in, and we do have a lot of people that are having professions and careers, but they are married to criminals. And those criminals, when they make money, it comes as if I'm married to a doctor or I'm married to a lawyer. So why would you think I'm owning 2 houses worth 1 million each and we having cars?
You know, so it's not a shock that Nandipa as a doctor, it's a taboo that she would date a criminal. It's not a shock at all. We do have a lot of people that have careers and they dating criminals and well known. Some of them we even stay with the suburbs. They buy houses and I mean, they just normal. So it's not a taboo that Nandipa is, she is a doctor and she has enough money. Money can never be enough for anyone. If at this point I'm driving a BMW latest and a Mercedes Benz, why wouldn't I want to drive a Maserati? You understand? You get my point. So money and the lifestyle, it's never enough for anyone. And if you greedy, it's something else. But with Nandipa's whole thing, is different because it comes a very long way that she dated the guy before, she known the guy years ago, and wara. So it's just a long story. I just wanted to answer that from the comments.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you, Pauline G. My bags are.
Hi, Sanbonan.
Each other.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Pratini kunjani episode nawe Sis Brenda and all your other viewers on this live.
Each other.
I just want to say a few things. I think as the public South African, we are always late to the party. It's been like that in Senzo Meiwa's case, AKA's case. We are always late to the party, and the people who are always there, or the people who have been invited, they've already eaten the cake, they've had the drinks, there was a chess board, they played chess, and they took the most important pieces with them. We are only left with, I don't even want to call pieces, we are just left with pawns, because it looks like we are the pawns in this case. Hence, that's why we don't even know what's really going on, what type of business was Thabo Bester actually involved in, who was bankrolling it, and who were the main players in this type of business which they were busy with. But I think we also need to give credit to the doctor, the good doctor, as people call it, because it looks like this is a person who was not gonna wait or was willing to work hard in order for her to have the lifestyle that she wanted to have. This is a person who wanted money, who wanted to live a certain lifestyle, and she was just looking for somebody to fund her lifestyle. And it looks like Thabo Bester came into the picture. How he came into the picture, where he got the money, how he started running all these businesses which they were running, it's still a question to be answered. But another thing, it looks like there is a lot of people involved, especially in our government institutions, because this is a doctor who claims bodies, and then she doesn't bury those bodies. The first one, it was found in the river. The police found it. They don't question her. They don't call her in to say, hey, you claim this body. You said you're going to bury this body because you are related to this person, to the deceased. But she didn't. She just threw it in the river. The other one, if I'm not mistaken, is the one which they found at Mangaung Correctional Center, the one which is run by Group for Security Services or something. Yes. That's the second one. The other one, I'm not sure what happened, but she said something, it was her father. But now we are seeing her father, she's 100% alive and well. He might be old, but the gentleman is alive. But the police, they say, I don't know, maybe they are keeping this thing as a secret because they don't want to mess around with their cases, because it's been like that. They've messed a lot of cases around. Senzo Miewa's case is even worse. I don't even want to talk about it. I think this one also, they are going to mess it up, because by the way things look, it looks like they've already fumbled it. because this thing happened a long time ago. This guy was going in and out of prison as if it was his mansion. This guy escaped last year in May. The Justice Department, they learned about it, or the minister said he learned about it in October. The police knew about this thing when it was reported that the person who was found in cell 35 wasn't actually Thabo Bester. It was somebody else. They've been having this information all along, but they didn't do anything about it. Maybe they did do something about it, but it doesn't look like they got anywhere far by whatever they were doing, whatever investigation they were doing. I think the problem we need to start doing is that to acknowledge that we are always late to the party, Braden, and we should just accept that this thing is just going to go away. Nobody's going to... Okay, Thabo Bester is already back in prison, but this doctor, I think she's going to get away with it. Because already they've tried to say, you know what, this audio which came out, I think is last week or this week or during the weekend, I listened to it once and I said, you know what, this thing is fixed. I'm not even going to entertain it because already you can hear that these people, they were coached on what to say. Especially Nandi, but she was worse. She couldn't even hide it. She was told there is nothing we can do about it. I think they want to get her out. But Thabo, whether is he going to stay there for long or he's also going to get out, we don't know. But one last thing, I just want to congratulate you on your platform. I've been following you on the Sense of Miua case. I think what you're doing, my brother, is it's a good thing. And I just hope that you are going to keep it like that. You are so humble, my brother. Keep it like that. I just hope you don't change. You just give people time. You give them the respect they deserve. You listen to their point, even though sometimes I can see that you are thinking, this one is not right, but you don't actually tell them. You put it nicely, and then you ask people to come with information to express themselves, of which is what we want to do in all cases. Thank you very much. Good night to you and my sister Brenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Mabegza. What a great closing. That was our last speaker for the day, guys. It's 3 minutes to 11. Can we use those remaining 3 minutes to go to 1.1 million likes? I think we've had some fruitful discussions. Once again, one of our biggest lives. So much information that was shared. I know there are people who came here, guys, with some information like more and Muder, which we could have interrogated, but I consciously and deliberately decided not to interrogate them, especially after what happened with Luandle. We could have allowed them to stay here for a longer time and ask them some questions, but we don't want to put people into trouble. We don't want people to be bullied coming out of this platform. The intention of this platform is not to put people's lives at risk or to subject people to being bullied. So I'm still going to try to talk to Mo and Muder and see what more information they can share with us in the most safest manner. And Gina, I'm still waiting for you to take me out or come to your house for Pride. So I'm game on that offer. Otherwise, thank you guys. Thank you for your participation, your cooperation, all the likes, all the sharing. 223 people have shared this live. 1 million likes, over 1.4K people join this live at some stage. You guys are making me a star, a celebrity, but you are my celebs as well. You are my stars. Thank you for supporting my content. We will see what's going to happen throughout the week. Like we've always said, there's always something new about this case every day. So if there's any other thing, we will meet again tomorrow. If there's nothing, between tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, we definitely can confirm that our next appointment would be on Friday, 7 p.m. That's if there's nothing in between. But if there is something, definitely we will come back and have a discussion. Otherwise, in between today and Friday, if there's nothing, I'm going to use this time to summarize this whole saga from where it started up until today with the videos. So thank you for your support, guys. Let's call it a night. Brenda, thank you a lot for your assistance as well. As always.
You're welcome.
Thank
and
you.
Night.
Good night. Good night, guys. Tomorrow, somebody's asking about tomorrow. Every day in South Africa is always Tada. Yeah, let's see, Tracy. Let's see what happens. Good night, guys. Good night, Gina. Good night, Mbalenshe. Good night, Doctor. Good night, Alima. Good night, T.O. Flavored. Good night, Miss E, Mrs. E. Good night, Punchus. Good night, Adama. Good night, Zazesmo. Good night, Emily. Night, Tracy. Night, Christine. Good night, Queen. Good night, Cabello. We will see, Cabello, what comes out. Good night, Debbie. Good night, Norma. Good night, Surprise Manjunju. Good night, you.